as we all know, each woman go through their life different phases, different stages, and at each stage she go through and she face various health issues or various normal phases, and their approach toward those phases will depending upon how they will make their well-being. They can enjoy each phase of their life, or they can make it as a miserable. It's all in their hand. But because every woman's well-being not only affect her, but everyone around her, in the family, in the society, at a workplace, at home. That's why it is very crucial for us to make each woman's well-being not only important for her, but important for everyone around her. And that's the reason in Ayurveda, women's well-being has always been on the forefront and has been given a lot of importance. So when we talk about different phases in her life, the first phase starts when she goes through the puberty stage after the birth, and from the puberty till the menopause stage she goes through different aspects. The one aspect which is the major one, we talk about her menstruational cycle, which is coming every month. Now in the early stages or even in later, most of the women consider this as a nuisance, and that 3 or 4 days of phase, they nowadays consider it is a hindrance in their freedom, hindrance in their day-to-day life. But from Ayurvedic perspective, in our ancient text, it has been clearly advised that that is a special gift to every woman to detoxify their system. They have that opportunity to clean their body and start the next phase. But in that phase, what kind of issues come up which make her to think that it is a nuisance for her? Because when we talk about menstruational phase, in that there is one major issue which has been nowadays for each woman to go through or feel worried, which we call as P.M.S syndrome, where premenstrual sign and symptoms start happening, which can make sometime them more vulnerable. Their periods can be painful. They might have a mood swing. They might have cramps, fatigue, tiredness, constipation, hot sweat, various or sleep issues, and you name it, and there will be different issues come up. And then many girls, many young women will have breakouts on their face, pimple, acne, and those issues. And to counter them, what normally every girl, every woman go through, they will start going on the pills so that there is no show. And some of the symptoms will start easing out, but they don't understand that what by taking those pills they have done to their body. First, in a simple understanding, each woman should know and understand, each girl should know and understand that when you are stopping in a natural flow by incorporating different ways, what you are doing is you are stopping that natural rhythm understand how that will lead to various problems. So that's one phase to be known for each girl and each woman. But now question comes up, why majority of the women, why majority of the girls has to go through these different PMS issues nowadays a lot? And to understand that, again, if we look at the way their lifestyle is, the way their diet is, those factors are what Ayurveda talk about, that if a girl from an Ayurvedic perspective try to look at her diet during that time, she will be in a position to avoid such symptom. Having some kind of uneasiness or pain is a natural phase, because from Ayurvedic perspective this is known as that our one of the intelligence known as Vata, which is making the things to move, and that is where when it is coming up and not able to have a normal moment, that where this pain, cramps will come up, but they all are bearable. When they become unbearable and start causing more further complication at a mental level, emotional level, that's where it becomes an uneasy part for them, and that's where each woman try to go toward these pills and other solution. So what kind of food and items are bad in that phase? Again, if you look at any processed item, you name it from tomato sauce, you name it from tin tomatoes, cheese, peanut butter, smoothies, soya sauce, chips, carbonated drinks, coffee. These are nowadays a household item for everyone. But when these are being used in excessive, they can cause a build-up of the toxin, and that's where further complications will come up. So if a girl can avoid such things, or even if she's going through in moderation, further if we have to talk about, as in Ayurveda we talk about, each person has their own body constitution, what we call as body type, and each one according to their constitution will get affected with these kind of activities and food on a daily basis. So even if someone is not able to avoid altogether and can just limit them or do them in moderation, they should be able to minimize these symptoms. And some solution, rather than going with the pills and other option, if they can start some remedies, which we talk as a home remedy. Now, any girl who will feel that I have a lot of cramps and constipation or pain in my tummy during this B.A.M.S issue, they can rub their tummy with warm oil and one of the Ayurvedic herb known as hing or asafoetida. They can cook asafoetida in the oil, and warm oil can be applied clockwise on their tummy and use hot water bottle. That will help them ease out their that cramps and pain. Other thing what they can do is if they are having a constipation issue, rather than taking any laxatives or like that, they can just start 7, 8, 10, 8 days before their period, 7 or 8 prunes to be soaked in a cup of water overnight and mash them in the morning and have them. So that will help to regulate their bowel motion. Now question comes up, why I should be careful, why I should be worried about, why I should not carry on taking these pills. Now reason of that is that simple action of each girl and each woman to avoid those discomfort in those 3 or 4 days through the pills ultimately will become the core cause of many major problems, which dysmenorrhea is one of them, and then further to that menorrhagia, metrorrhagia, these are the various pathologies which comes up in women, and when women are listening to that and they can see that yes how they go, but the key major problem comes up is endometriosis. That is the biggest one pathology which come up with the majority of the women But if those women who are suffering from that, or they have someone around them who has suffered due to this problem, if they go back into their history, they will find that that particular woman or girl was having irregularities in their period in their young age, and they were always taking some kind of these pills to stop their period, and then they were taking certain other hormonal pills which led to that sort of issues. And now what is endometriosis? Everyone knows. It will start getting now periods pains, heavy bleeding, but more and more intense, and then that growth which start happening to the adjoining tissues, and that makes life very difficult. And when they identify that they have endometriosis, majority of the time many young girls even in the age of 35 or 40 have to go under knife and have the surgery. Sometime even their uterus has to be removed, and in that sort of situation they will suffer in their whole life, not able to conceive, not have children. That kind of mental, emotional trauma which a woman has to go through can be avoided. So any young girl who has an dysmenorrhea, any young woman is going through even early phases of this endometriosis, they can take up Ayurvedic advice. And in Ayurvedic advice, when you visit to an Ayurvedic practitioner, they will give you a complete program. But some of the Ayurvedic herbs which you can pick up and start using, but I will always advise that take a consultation with an Ayurvedic doctor around you, or Ayurvedic practitioner who are graduated and are practicing nowadays. Some of the herbs which are very beneficial for that is known as, one is Ashoka, is one of Ayurvedic herb. Then Shatavari is another Ayurvedic herb which is very good for this condition. Then if someone look for some specific preparation, there is a one product known as Fem Power, and another product is known as Shanti Tone. These are the specific herbal combination. Both of them can create a wonderful benefit for any woman who is going through endometriosis issues to get themselves better. And I can assure you, by following Ayurvedic lifestyle and by making good changes in your diet and lifestyle, one can save themselves going under the knife and going through these surgeries for this particular problem. And now if that issue is not affecting someone, the other major issue which such women go through who have in the early stages, when they have a painful period, or a lot of B.A.M.S issue has been happening with them and gone through the pills and kind of thing, one stage will come up, they will have difficulty to conceive. This is what we call as infertility issue. And infertility is not just with the woman only, because we are today talking about the woman well-being, so I'm just going to focus on that. And then this is again is an issue which I'm sure every woman, once she start experiencing this concern and not able to conceive after their all the effort, lot of mental stress start building around them. And when they now make an effort with the present technology and present science development which we go through as an IVF, many women will not even able to conceive through the IVF process. And as we all know, IVF process is not only economically or financially stressful, it is also very traumatic for both couple, but woman goes through that again a lot. So in that situation, question comes up, why I am not able to conceive even if I am going through this whole process of IVF. From Ayurvedic perspective, if you want to understand, very simple. What we talk about is that when your bed is not conducive, bed means your uterus, where the fertilized ovum has to come and being implanted. If that is not conducive, further growth of the ovum will not happen. So what are the various reason and factors which can make that bed uncompatible or not conducive to growth? That is where Ayurvedic help can help you. Ayurvedic experts can give you a detailed understanding that what actually is happening. That where again role of various Ayurvedic regimes and lifestyle. Now, one thing you need to always remember, if you are going through an Ayurvedic approach and someone, no matter how expert that person is or how highly qualified that person is, how much experience they are, if they are only focusing on your well-being for this particular issue with the support of some kind of product and trying to give you that you take this product or this product, I can clearly share with you that is not an Ayurvedic approach. Ayurvedic practitioner has to give you a detailed lifestyle regime, and in the regime is not just that you just wake up in the morning and brush and scrape your tongue. Very precise program is, very detailed aspects are there in this infertility issues or whether it's the endometriosis issue, and that advice is the key part for each woman to follow. And once that is given, then they will give you precise diet advice. In diet, the list of the things need to be given to you to follow and avoid. And if you feel that is coming through an Ayurvedic consultant or a doctor, then you can say that yes, this is an Ayurvedic approach which I am looking for, and that will be the only approach which will be effective for you. And reason of me saying is not that I am saying that there will be not that kind of practitioner, but the problem is on the name of Ayurveda there are nowadays so many people who just trying to make a focus on using herbs or products and trying to make people that okay, if you don't want to go to the medical approach you can come, but Ayurveda has nothing to do with only the product unless that whole complete approach has been given to you. So that's another issue comes up with the infertility. Now the major issue which is nowadays every woman gets scared of the moment they come up that I am approaching that phase, and that phase is the menopause phase. Now we all know, every woman know that this is something very natural phase of our life. Every woman has gone through that in the ancient time, present time, their mother, their grandmother, everyone has to go through that. So it is not something which happened as a special or specific to them, but one thing we all need to know, when a woman is now approaching menopause, what we call as pre-menopause stage, then what happened? Everyone in that locality or society will know that there is a one woman in this house who is going through the menopause. Reason is, it is not in her control, because when she is going through that phase, but she was not prepared to face that phase, she bound to have various issues. And what kind of those issues are? Again, a lot of emotional, mental issues will come up, her mood swings will be there, getting angry, sleep issues will be there, that's a health issue related part, hot flushes will start happening, thinning of the hair will start happening, constipation and other issues to name it, dry skin. So many things can come up based on the intensity of the imbalances. From Ayurvedic concept we call it as an Pitta and Vata imbalance. Now why that happen? Again, when woman has not been living in a balanced state in their early part of the age. And someone will ask, what is early part of the age? Again, from 30 onward, you need to start getting yourself ready for facing that phase in the age of 48 and 45 or that part. And now someone will say it means I can't enjoy my life. No, no one is telling that you don't enjoy your life. Again, key is your balance. As long as we all understand that how to keep our balance intact at a physical, mental and emotional level, we all can enjoy life. So because focus is here on the woman and the focus is where I'm talking about the menopause part, so each woman can enjoy their life, each woman can do whatever they feel like, but balance is the key. Now someone will ask, what is the balance? Balance is based on your constitution, balance is based on your immune system, and balance is maintained means around what you are doing, what is your lifestyle, what kind of diet you are having. All those factors need to be looked at, and it's not that hard. I always give an example. No matter how expensive car you are driving, you have to get its service done at a given time, at a set time. If you don't get its service done, it is also going to give you the problem. Same is with our body, same is in your case with each woman. If you are having a good immune system and then you feel that I will not have any problem, that is a mistake. You always need to maintain that how I can keep myself in a balanced state and avoid certain problems. So what kind of things a woman should avoid facing their premenopause stage or that menopause age? Some food items which are really killer, and no matter how good balance of your well-being might be, you will always tilt and you will always be inviting problems. Say example is, if you are into coffee, you are into alcohol too much, smoking is there, carbonated drinks are there, too much of pizzas, too much of burgers, too much of chips, too much of chocolate, muffin, cake, and then your all the wonderful salads on a regular basis you are eating, you are inviting problem. That is where you need to be very, very careful that don't go into these things too much. Now again, many will be asking me later on, when you say these things, what is too much for you? Too much again is that you can structure these things in 21 meals a week. 21 meals a week, how I calculate is 3 meals in a week, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and multiply by 7. That's where 21 comes up, and that will then further by an Ayurvedic consultant will be given based on your constitution, based on your season, based on your age, that how one particular food will affect you. And if you follow that advice for say 10 years early, even if not more, you can see that I'm going in a right phase. And at the same time, during 3 or 4 years ago, you should start certain specific preparations to build yourself in that part. So one of the major product with that is known as Ashoka Rishta, Dashmula Rishta. These are very two Ayurvedic traditional preparations. Fem Power is the most important product which every woman should take up at least in a year or 1.5 years ago. And then specific Ayurvedic bodywork treatments are advised for each woman. If they can have that, that will help to eliminate the build-up of the toxin. Ayurvedic Marma massage and Shirodhara treatment are a combination which each woman should have at least every 6 weeks, if not 4 weeks or like that. Now someone might ask, okay, what is this bodywork treatments are? Can I do another kind of massage? No way. It's not that I am biased towards other issues, because these Ayurvedic therapeutic Marma massage, when you are doing for a specific issue, specific imbalance, in that again qualified therapist, qualified practitioner will know specific Marma. What is Marma? Marmas are energy point. those energy points need to be worked out by that qualified therapist. But again, there is an issue. Marma, everyone can read the book and say that, yes, I know marma, but how to locate the marma? How to find that marma? How then one has to work on that? These are all techniques, and this is what the knowledge is. So it is very scary sometimes when you go to someone and say that, yes, I can work on that marma, and if they're not able to locate the correct marma, they can actually cause more damage rather than benefit. So best option is these treatments are very, very precise, and they have their therapeutic benefit. That's why not necessarily that you can go and just get somewhere massage and feel that, yes, it is eliminating toxins from my body. That does not work. Ayurvedic specific plan for specific kind of imbalances is what one should always look for and go for. So that's where the menopause is another stage in the woman's life, which she should be careful and she should prepare herself. And in that way, what happened? One person who has to go through these different phases in their life can enjoy every phase in such a way that they don't themselves only feel eternal happiness, cheerfulness, calmness, satisfaction. They will reflect that on the outer side, and when she is externally feeling so composed, so happy, so cheerful, she will perform her every responsibility in a very effective way. Now someone might ask me, hang on, what do you think, why women are having so many responsibilities? Look, again, woman has such a gift, as I said in the beginning, that they always put their well-being on the back seat for the sake of well-being of their family members and people around them. But she cannot give others that care of well-being if she is not in balance. And that is what the major part comes at. And yes, nowadays things are different. That every in household man and woman has to do and take the responsibilities in an equal way. But still, general rule or general way we talk about, woman has a major role to play in the kitchen with their cooking skills and cooking aspect. Now, if a woman is not mentally, emotionally in a good state, then when she is preparing the food for herself or for the family, what will happen? That food will have all her emotions merge in that. And if she is upset, she is angry, she is sad, all those goes into that food. This is what we talk about in Ayurveda, in our nutrition, food as medicine, and how these things goes, how your emotions, how you thinking can go into your each grain. And then that food, when she bring it on the dining table, will be eaten by every family member, and you can understand what will happen. So that is the reason that a woman's well-being is very crucial for every family member, every family. A happy woman will give a happy family. So we all collectively need to make an effort that if a woman around you, whether it is your sister, whether it's your mother, whether it's your other friends or like that, check if they are going through any phase in their life and they don't understand and they only try to mask their symptom, try to give them the advice that they must consider to work on the root cause of their problem and avoid these issues. And as I said, every woman go through these all phases, but masking the symptom for them can be very dangerous for their well-being, and not only for their well-being but well-being of everyone around them. So make an effort, whatever age you are going through, if you are into the menopause stage, must take an advice and try to follow the Ayurvedic program onwards now. If you already gone through the menopause still, and if you are on HRT or some other kind of medicines, or you have some effects coming up, whether it's your blood pressure coming up or the weight issues or osteoporosis, you must take the Ayurvedic advice. It's never late kind of thing. Ayurvedic aspect can help you to prevent these things further. And in the same way, if you are in a young stage and going through these other phases of endometriosis or metorrhagia or menorrhagia, rather than masking these symptoms, must take an advice and follow some of these Ayurvedic approaches and try to incorporate Ayurvedic formulations and products in your life, but must follow Ayurvedic regimes, Ayurvedic diet, and Ayurvedic lifestyle, and you will enjoy your well-being to the utmost level, and you will never regret that yes, I have gone through an Ayurvedic path for my well-being. That's all from my side for each woman, and I hope some of these things can be considered by all of you, and you can take a right step. Thank you, and we will catch up